somewhere in Shenzhen. Right now, a mechanical arm quietly pulls a shot of espresso, steams milk, and pours a leaf pattern into the foam, and the drink is finished before you could tie your shoes. No hands touched the cup. No human stood behind the counter. That machine is not alone. 6 Chinese inventions are quietly attacking 6 parts of what a coffee maker does, changing what a cup of coffee even requires to exist. Here is the part almost nobody says out loud. China's Ministry of Human Resources and Social Security projects. Intelligent manufacturing needs about 9 million skilled workers soon, and roughly 4.5 million of those jobs will likely go unfilled. Picture a stadium built for 90,000 fans with only 45,000 seats filled. Coffee shops feel a smaller version of that squeeze every day. Rising rent, rising wages, and baristas who quit right after they finally get good at the job. So owners stopped asking how to keep good staff and started asking whether they needed staff at all. That is why 6 inventions showed up at once, each chasing a piece of the same problem. Let's start with the one that looks the most like science fiction. Invention 1. The robotic arm that never misses. A company called Anno Robot, based in Shenzhen and founded in 2017, builds coffee kiosks powered by a 6-axis robotic arm. The same kind of arm you would find welding car doors on an assembly line, except this one grinds beans, pulls a shot, steams milk, and paints latte art on top, all inside about 45 seconds. Anno says its machines hold 98% flavor consistency across every single cup, a number worth treating as the company's own claim rather than an independently confirmed test. But the deployment behind that claim is real. These kiosks are now operating in more than 60 countries, tucked into shopping malls, offices, and transit hubs where a human barista would otherwise need a full schedule of shifts covering mornings, afternoons, and evenings. Think about what that 6-axis arm actually replaces. It is not just the physical act of brewing. It is the steady hand, the muscle memory, and the years of practice that separate a mediocre latte from a great one, folded into a machine that performs the exact same motion at the exact same pressure every single time, whether it is the first cup of the day or the 400th. A human barista's 10th cup of a long shift is rarely as precise as their first, simply because fatigue and repetition wear down consistency over the course of 8 hours. A robotic arm does not get tired at hour 6, does not get distracted by a busy line forming out the door, and does not have an off day because it slept poorly the night before. That single difference, consistency that never degrades no matter how long or how brutal the shift runs, is the entire selling point wrapped into one mechanical arm, patient and repeatable in a way no tired human hand can fully match. Invention 2. The kiosk that removes the human entirely. In Shanghai, a company called Hi-Dolphin Robot technology, founded in 2018 by an engineer named Philip Han, built something called Coffee Plus, and its entire pitch is even blunter than Anno's. Beans and water go in one side. A finished drink comes out of the other. Nobody stands behind it at all, not even to press a button for restocking until the ingredients actually run low. Han did not start out trying to put anyone out of work. By most accounts, he started out watching coffee shops around him close one after another as China's economy slowed and rents stayed high. And he kept asking the same question every small business owner in that situation eventually asks: what part of running this shop is actually the expensive part? For Han, the answer was not the beans and it was not the rent, though rent certainly did not help. It was the staffing, the training, the sick days, and the slow bleed of losing a trained employee right when they finally get good at the job. So instead of trying to help coffee shops survive with the same model, he built a machine designed to remove the most fragile part of that model entirely. These kiosks now sit in more than 500 locations across China, including hospitals, museums, bookstores, temples, and as of last year, inside Shanghai's Hongqiao Airport, one of the busiest transportation hubs in the country. Priced between $50,000 and $60,000 for international buyers with a roughly 10-year working lifespan, the math is straightforward for a business owner. A human barista working full-time for 10 years will cost far more in wages alone than that machine ever will, and the machine works every hour. The doors are open, including 3 in the morning, when almost no coffee shop anywhere in the world would normally bother staying open at all. Picture a small hospital lobby at 2 in the afternoon, packed with visitors, exhausted family members, and staff on a short break, every one of them wanting a decent cup of coffee without waiting in a long line behind an overworked single employee. A Café Plus kiosk does not care whether it is serving its first customer of the shift or its 200th in a row. It does not need a break, does not need to be relieved by a co-worker, and does not slow down as the line grows longer. That is the exact kind of location, high foot traffic with no natural room for a full cafe, where a fully unattended kiosk makes more sense economically than hiring even a single part-time employee. Invention 3. The format that skips the shop. This is where the disruption stops being about one machine and starts being about the whole idea of a coffee shop. Manufacturers across Guangdong province, the same manufacturing region responsible for a huge share of the world's small appliances, have started building entire unmanned cafe pods, compact structures about the size of a small tool shed that you can drop onto a street corner, a hospital lobby, or a train station platform overnight, then bolt to the ground and switch on the next morning. There is no landlord negotiation for a full storefront. No staff schedule to build around vacations and sick days. No long lease locking the owner into a location for years before the investment pays for itself. You walk up, order on a touchscreen built into the side of the pod, and the internal system handles the grinding, brewing, and pouring while you wait outside a small walk-up window, the same way you might wait at a food truck. Compare that to opening a traditional cafe from scratch. A normal coffee shop can take months of build-out, permitting, interior design, and hiring before it ever serves its first paying customer. And every one of those months costs money before a single cup gets sold. One of these pods can be manufactured in a factory, shipped on a truck, and switched on at a new location in roughly the time it takes to plan a single going-away party for an employee who just quit. If a location does not perform well after a few months, the entire pod can be picked up and relocated somewhere else overnight. Something a traditional coffee shop, tied to a signed lease and a fixed set of walls, could never do. That flexibility matters more than it might first appear. A traditional cafe that picks the wrong street corner is often stuck there for years, bleeding money on rent until the lease finally expires. A pod that picks the wrong corner can simply be trucked somewhere busier the following week, with almost none of the sunk cost that would sink a normal small business making the same mistake. It turns opening a coffee shop from a multi-year commitment into something closer to an experiment you can run, watch, and adjust in near real time. Invention 4. The bean-to-cup machine chasing the office and the hotel lobby. Not every invention in this shift is trying to replace an entire cafe. A growing cluster of manufacturers across Guangdong's appliance industry, the same cluster that already produces a massive share of the world's small kitchen electronics, has been racing to build one-touch bean-to-cup machines that grind fresh beans, brew, and froth milk in a single motion, aimed squarely at offices, hotels, and homes that want cafe-quality coffee without a cafe-sized machine. This segment has become one of the fastest-growing corners of China's domestic coffee equipment market, precisely because it does not ask anyone to change their habits or learn a new routine. You are not walking to a robot kiosk on a street corner. The robot kiosk, in miniature, sits on your own countertop or your break room shelf. The disruption here is quieter than a robotic arm doing latte art, but it may end up touching more households than any other invention on this list, simply because it fits into a kitchen instead of a storefront, and because nobody has to change a single habit to start using one. Invention 5. The smart home brain deciding how your coffee tastes. Haier, one of China's largest appliance makers, has been folding coffee machines into its broader smart home ecosystem, the same connected system it already uses for washing machines and air conditioners. Its Gold Cup and 301 series coffee machines use an AI-driven extraction system that adjusts temperature, powder amount, and pressure automatically based on the kind of drink you are making and, increasingly, based on data pulled from the rest of your connected kitchen. Here is the honest caveat worth sitting with for a second, because this is the invention on the list that comes closest to your actual kitchen counter, not a shop counter. Haier's machine still needs a person to load the beans, press the button, and clean it afterward. It is not autonomous the way a street kiosk is. What it replaces is not the human, but the guesswork, turning a coffee maker from a dumb appliance that always brews the exact same way into one that quietly recalculates the recipe every single time based on what you actually want. It is evolution of the coffee maker, not a full replacement of it, and treating it as anything bigger than that would be overselling what it actually does. Invention 6. The chain. Proving this is not a lab experiment. Every invention so far could be dismissed as a clever prototype if it weren't for what is happening at Luckin Coffee. Luckin is not a startup showing off a concept. It is China's largest coffee chain by store count, and as of the end of May this year, its store count passed 35,000 locations worldwide, up from just over 31,000 at the close of last year. To put that number somewhere you can actually picture it, imagine every single Starbucks and McDonald's location in the United States combined, and Luckin's footprint is still larger than that combined total. Every drink is ordered through an app. Every espresso machine reports its brewing temperature and extraction time back to a central system in real time, and any deviation from the standard recipe triggers an immediate alert, well before a bad cup ever has the chance to reach a customer's hand. This is the invention that proves the other 5 are not a niche experiment happening in a handful of Shenzhen showrooms. It is a nationwide habit shift, already serving close to 100 million transacting customers a month, built entirely around automation that never needed a human barista behind the counter to begin with. Most Luckin locations are not sit-down cafes at all. They are small pickup counters designed for someone to order ahead on their phone, walk in, grab the cup, and leave within seconds, which means the entire customer experience was engineered around minimizing human interaction from day one, long before anyone started talking about robots replacing baristas. Why 6 separate companies landed on the same idea at once? Step back and look at what actually connects these 6 inventions, because it is not really about coffee at all. A robotic arm in Shenzhen, an unmanned kiosk in a hospital lobby, a portable pod on a train platform, a countertop machine in an office break room, and a smart appliance in someone's kitchen are all answers to the exact same math problem. Fewer available workers, rising costs to train the ones you do find, and a business model that punishes any company still depending on a human doing the same repetitive motion for 8 hours a day. This is the same pressure reshaping factory floors and warehouses across the country, just showing up here in a smaller, more visible form, sitting on a countertop where anyone walking past can watch it happen with their own eyes instead of reading about it in a factory report. It also explains why these 6 inventions did not come from one company with one strategy. A labor shortage produces this kind of scattered response because different business owners in different cities facing slightly different versions of the same staffing headache will land on different solutions. A hospital lobby does not need the same machine as a train platform, and an office break room does not need the same machine as a home kitchen. 6 different answers to one shared problem is not a coincidence. It is what happens when an entire country runs into the same wall from 6 directions at once. What this actually threatens and what it does not. Let's be precise about what is really at risk, because the title's promise deserves an honest answer, not just an exciting one. The traditional coffee maker sitting in most kitchens, the machine that just drips hot water through ground beans, is not disappearing anytime soon. What is genuinely being challenged is the human labor layer standing between a customer and a decent cup of coffee. The barista shift, the training pipeline, the staffing headache every small shop owner deals with. Anno's kiosks and Café Plus are not competing with your drip machine at home. They are competing with the 22-year-old barista working the morning shift and with the owner deciding whether hiring one more person is worth the cost anymore. Hi's machine is the one exception aimed at your kitchen, and it is deliberately the smallest, least dramatic change of the 6. What happens next and why the rest of the world is watching? None of these 6 inventions needed a government subsidy announcement or a 5-year plan to get built. They got built because someone ran the numbers on rent, wages, and consistency. And a robot won the comparison every time it was tested against a human doing the same job. That is a harder trend to slow down than a flashy government announcement, because it is not driven by ambition. It is driven by a labor gap that is not closing anytime soon and a spreadsheet that keeps landing on the same answer. Coffee chains and appliance makers outside China are already taking notice, and some are moving faster than most people realize. Hi-Dolphin has expanded its kiosks into nearly 40 countries, from busy airports to quiet resort towns. Luckin opened its first stores in Manhattan last year and now operates 10 locations across New York City, competing directly against Starbucks on its home turf, using the same automated brewing backbone it built across 35,000 stores in China. The playbook being tested on Shenzhen street corners is not staying in Shenzhen or in China. It is already crossing oceans, one airport kiosk and one Manhattan storefront at a time. So here is the real question sitting underneath all 6 of these machines. It was never really about whether a robot can make a better latte than a person, because in a blind taste test, most people cannot tell the difference once the machine is calibrated correctly. The real question is whether the entire structure behind a cup of coffee, the shop, the shift schedule, the training pipeline, and the person standing at the register needs a human being in the middle of it at all anymore, or whether that structure was always just a workaround for machines that were not good enough yet. 6 inventions, 6 different companies, and 6 pieces of an answer that increasingly point in the same direction. Which of these 6 inventions worries you more? A machine that quietly replaces the barista, or a machine that replaces the entire shop itself? Drop your honest answer below in the comments.